Today on an all-new Dr. Phil, they're the star couples of reality TV.
You guys do bicker, right?
Jesse, she's a neat freak.
There's certain things you know you should do.
Is this an argument we're going to have right now?
But do they have real fights?
I don't understand why you're crying. Michelle and I fight every day.
Just like everyone else?
You're trying to impose your will on her, and it will not work.
I told them that if things don't change, we wouldn't make it to the end of the year.
This is going to be a changing day in your life.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
It matters to you. That's what I want to talk about. Are we ready in the booth?
Okay.
Let's do it. Go, Dr. Phil. Well, reality TV, you all watch it, right? Yeah. Real couples, real fights. Now, TV star couples really do bicker even when the cameras are off. Everything from cooking, the cleaning, well, everything in between. Now, you see your favorites battle it out on shows like The Amazing Race or Survivor or America's Next Top Model. But one of my favorite shows featured 4 guys with real talent. I grew up with this. I'm talking about the Monkees. They were big before the Jonas Brothers were even a gleam in their grandfather's eye. Now, first, we all know Davy Jones of the 60s band and the TV show The Monkees and his wife, Jessica. Now, they start arguing about their differences the minute they wake up. Take a look.
Jessica, my wife, she gets on my nerves a little bit because she's so nitpicky.
Yes, I'm a neat freak. Definitely.
I hang my towel, and she says it's not going to dry like that.
To tell them, instead of hanging it on the one hook, put it on the rail. So like that it airs out.
She'll go by and say, what's that smell? You know, it's rotting towel. I say, no, it's not. It's just wet.
He makes Cuban coffee, which I taught him how to make when we met.
And, you know, more often than not, I'll leave the spoon there, and it's all, like, got wet on it or whatever.
So I just tell him, baby, just put it in the sink, you know, or maybe put it on top of a little plate. He might do it once, but the next day, there's the spoon again.
One of the silly things he really gets mad about is when I brush my teeth.
I don't know what you do, but you could, like, brush your teeth 5 more times with the toothpaste that you leave on your toothbrush.
No, I don't leave toothbrush on
and then
it.
It drips, you know, with the water, it drips, and then the toothpaste is, like, there
I don't.
with the water. Yes,
What are you doing in my bathroom anyway?
He knows what annoys me. Just my face will say it. I just go, like, serious. So he knows, okay, she's irked.
I can't be right. If I was right, I'd be wrong.
I'd like for him to understand that I'm not trying to control him or tell him what to do. I think Dr. Phil maybe could help us to be more understanding of each other.
Well, we'll see. Welcome Davy Jones and his wife, Jessica Pacheco. Good to see you. You guys have a seat?
I'm Davy's dad. Davy will be out here in a minute.
Yeah, right. It's interesting to meet you because I remember watching you when I was in junior high. You weren't much older than me.
Oh, really?
At the time. You were young when you were doing the Monkees, right?
I used to be a heartthrob. Now I'm a coronary. It's like, forget it.
But that was a long time. That was on in the 60s, right?
Yeah, we started in 65. We shot the pilot, and then the show came on September 66. So
yeah.
It's years gone by.
Yeah, a while. Now, and you do television as well, so this is certainly nothing new to you. People wonder sometimes about folks that are on TV because we project an image, right? What it's like really at home. You guys do bicker, right?
You know, when the curtain comes down, we don't have an audience and we're not performing. It's just, I just become this little 64-year-old man that does everything that everybody else does when they go home. There's things that happen in the house that Jessie, she's a neat freak. She just, you know, sorry about, well, you know, I'm sorry about the word, but, you know, you do kind of tend to zero in on things that to me seem like, nah, it's no big deal.
Okay, well, we're going to get to your side of this. He just called you a freak on national television.
No.
Yeah, he did.
No, I understand what you're saying. You have a completely different point of view, though. You really like things neat and orderly.
Yes. Not to the point that I'm obsessed, but
I do like for things to be clean and look nice.
She does 10 minutes before we go to bed, cleaning up around the house.
So
I guess
when you wake up in the morning, everything is fresh and ready to start. It's not like, oh, I have to do the dishes or I have to do this before starting the day.
Well, are you like a pig? Do you just throw stuff everywhere?
I'm very neat. I'm very clean, you know. It's sort of... It's just that there's small things that I do that I've been used to doing all my life, and then all of a sudden I'm being reprimanded for them.
What is this about the towel I heard? You were talking about he won't hang his towel right?
He does hang his... I mean, that's silly. I can't say you have to hang the towel like this. I'm just giving a suggestion. If you hang the towel on
I get a lot of those.
Suggestions, yeah.
Suggestions.
If you hang... It seems like after I take a shower, I kind of like wipe the excess water off and then I towel dry. Yeah. It seems like he gets the towel and sticks it in the shower with him or something. Soaking wet towel every time he takes a shower. If you hang it on the little hook, the towel doesn't really air dry, and then the water...
It's what you do when you say to me that it smells like an egg or something like that.
Because if you leave wet towels all like,
But it's only there. I use a new towel every time I take a shower. Well, not every time I take a shower.
Then we have to do more laundry. We can make one towel, you know, go for like 5 days without washing if you air it.
Well, we did a poll on drphil.com because we want to know what you guys bicker about the most at home, and the #1 answer is cleaning. The other top ones are the cooking, grocery shopping, or the children. Now, here are some of the more unusual things we heard, too. Karen from Green Bay says, we bicker about my husband chewing ice too loudly. We argue about the fastest route, and we wind up so mad that we take 2 cars. That's from Ben in Midland, Michigan. Now, you guys aren't that bad.
The thing I don't like in the car is when the phone rings at home, she rarely answers the phone. I say, answer the phone. It's your mother or your father or your brother or it's a friend or what. And she says,
if I'm eating dinner with him or if I'm in a conversation with him, I don't like picking up the phone. You know, when I'm done with this conversation
she waits till we get in the car and then she starts, so we're going like for half an hour and I'm like going...
Well, in the car, he turns off the radio right away.
You turn it off?
Yes. No music, no noise.
You can't go into a supermarket. You can't go into a restaurant. You can't go into a department store. There's music all the time.
Well, excuse me, that's good for you. That's good for you.
Aren't you in the music business?
Yes, but that's when the curtain goes up and I go, hey, I'm a monkey. You know, and I do my thing, you know, but...
What's the one thing you would change about him if you could?
That I would change about him? I don't want to change anything about him. I love him and I fell in love with him the way he is, but...
Can I tell her, or do y'all want to tell her?
I would say I would like for him to do things without me having to ask him to do it. Like, you know, there's certain things you know you should do. You can't even use reverse psychology or anything with him. If you want him to do something, you cannot tell him to do it. If you tell him to do something, I promise you it will not get done.
Well, is this an argument we're going to have right now?
She says you say to her, okay, Dr. Phil.
I say, who do you think you are, Dr. Phil? You know?
You've heard the old saying, you can't teach an old monkey new tricks.
You couldn't resist.
Just kidding. All right, now, we got to take a break. Next, Davey and Jesse took our personality test. And boy, are they going to be interested with what we found out. We'll be right back.
Tomorrow on an all-new Dr. Phil. They may look like the Brady Bunch.
You don't feel the closeness to those kids that you do to your own son.
Right.
It breaks my heart.
But these blended families...
His punishments are always extreme.
You're Mr. Disciplinarian. Discipline yourself.
...are struggling to stay together.
You resent her doing things with her children without yours there.
Correct.
You couldn't sabotage this more if you were trying.
That's tomorrow.
We have a dishwasher, but she uses it for storage. I wash them mainly, and then she'll wash them again.
I don't mind the way you wash the dishes. I think you do a great job with the dishes. It's just the cups. If you put the cups facing down like this, they get a certain odor, and then I drink the water and it smells like egg or it smells like fish, and it's like, ugh.
I always have the last word. Yes, dear.
Well, Davy Jones and his wife, Jessica, disagree about a lot of things like cleanliness. Now, we asked you guys to take a personality test, right?
Yes.
Now, this is on drphil.com, and you can take it, too, if you go there. And this is easy to score. Your personality is basically made up of about 5 traits, 5 major traits. And they are openness, conscientiousness, and I'll tell you what openness means in a minute. Conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. Okay? Now, this is just who you really are, and all the bickering in the world isn't going to change the traits in your partner, because these are like core traits. Now, you can ask for some behaviors to adjust. You can kind of dial things up, for example, but you're never going to get an introvert to want to party all the time, or a messy person to be a clean freak. Now, Davey and Jesse are actually very compatible when it comes to extroversion and agreeableness. So both of y'all are pretty outgoing, right?
I would say so, yeah. I try to do things when she's not around the house, and then she comes home and says, oh, wow, you did that? Oh, thanks very much, I clean the patio window, I do whatever it might be. I've always been a hands...
Oh, my goodness, I can't believe you've actually said the patio window.
I did.
I have, I said you cannot tell him what to do because he won't do it. I've left the, glass cleaner and the paper towels. 5 days it's been sitting next to the window. That's like a small hint,
We live by the ocean, and the wind and the rain
Exactly.
and the salts and the wind and the rain. And...
Well, you just admitted that the windows get dirty, so...
I do, so I try to do them, but I can't go around the house and do all the windows all the time. People are going to be hiring me down the street.
Excuse me.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Can I say something?
Yes.
Yeah, sorry.
He's not going to change.
No, I know.
Yeah, he's not going to change, because one of the core personality characteristics is conscientiousness. And on conscientiousness, you score very high. You're like 12 out of 14. Okay. What that means is you're very planful, you're very dutiful, you're very thoughtful, you have lots of impulse control, everything has a place, there's a place for everything.
Okay.
You scored 3.
I'm no good with tests. I was never good at school with tests. I'm useful at auditions, but when that curtain opens, they better be good if they come after me on that stage. I'm telling you that now.
Let me tell you, there's nothing wrong with being a 3 on conscientiousness. This isn't good or bad. It's just who you are. It's not that she's better because she scored a 12 and you scored a 3. It's just different. That means you're more impulsive. You're more spontaneous. You're more go with the flow. It's not, the world's not going to end if things aren't done an exact certain way.
I like to make a plan in the morning. What are we going to do today?
And you should make a plan for you.
I hate lists.
Well,
you should make a plan for you.
I'm not trying
because that's who you are.
I'm not trying
but you shouldn't.
I'm not trying to make a plan. Fine.
There are 5 characteristics. I haven't gotten through them all yet. You may not want to be over here in a minute.
Can I call you Doc or Phil?
No, seriously, you should make a plan for you.
I'm not trying to make a plan for him.
Yes, you are.
Listen, it's...
See what I mean? Thank you. Oh, and hey.
I want him to make a plan and me to make a plan, so then we know what's happening, and like that I know, well, we're going to have supper together.
That would be great if you had married you.
No.
But you didn't marry you married him. And let me tell you the rest of this story. It's going to get worse.
No.
Because the older he gets, the more entrenched he becomes, and the older you get, the more entrenched you're going to become. So that gap is going to go like this, which is no problem as long as you just accept it. You just see the world differently. You think he leaves that spoon on the counter instead of putting it on the plate because he doesn't listen to you.
Right.
He doesn't even see it.
He doesn't.
It doesn't even register with him.
I know.
Because it's not in his top 1,000 things to think about today. Because at the end of the day, the world isn't going to be any different whether that spoon is on a plate or on a counter.
This is true.
And he knows that. You don't know that. For you, it would be better if it was on the plate.
Yes.
Wouldn't it?
Yes.
I mean, just really, the world would just be a better place if that spoon was on the plate.
Well, I wouldn't have to clean it every time I pass by. Ants come, sugar, the ants will come to
Oh, my God.
It's true.
Oh, ants?
It's
We
true.
have ants now at the apartment? And what's next?
I gotta think of something here, quick. I'm drowning.
We'll have cockroaches with rear gunners soon, you know what I mean?
She could have said iguanas or something. It doesn't matter. But look, here's the thing. There is nothing wrong with you wanting that spoon on the plate.
Okay.
And what you should do when you stir your coffee is you should put your spoon on a plate. Because you like it there. And you should put your spoon on the counter because you could care less.
It's actually a cutting board. I put it on.
Well, whatever. But then if you try to make him different or you try to make her different, it isn't going to work.
No.
When he doesn't put that spoon in there, just understand that's just who he is. It's not personal against you.
Right.
He's not rebelling. He's not ignoring. He's not caring. He just doesn't see it that way.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Sorry for interrupting, darling.
okay.
Please, I'm sorry. But my father...
Don't suck up now. It's way too much. All right, go ahead.
My father, when he had a cup of tea, this is back in England when I was a kid, he always used to leave the spoon in the cup when he was drinking it, right? And he would hold onto it like that. So through the years, as years went by, my sisters, when they made him a cup of tea, would leave the spoon in there. But he did invent something because he said, "What is going to poke you in the eye, Dad," one day. He said, no, so he cut this spoon in half and put a little rubber tube in the middle of it. So when he picked it up, he bent it over like that and went and said, "See, I've solved the
That's a good
problem."
solution. Let's buy a spoon.
How fixed in the ways is that?
Yes.
Okay, rather than take it out, he'll figure a way to bend it around. This is his father.
Father. Oh,
Yeah.
my goodness.
So that's where he's headed.
That is bad.
That's where he's headed. Okay, now, the sooner you decide we're just different and we just need to accept that and embrace the differences, then you'll quit bickering about it.
Right.
Because it's like you can't, he's not going to change.
Where does hanging the mirror come into place here? I've asked him to hang a mirror for the past 2 years. It's still sitting there.
Well, it's a very heavy mirror. And, you know, I tried to do it. And
He opened 6 holes.
I was looking
right
for the
next to
studs.
each
I was
other.
looking for
And
the
you would have
studs in
planned
the
it
wall.
out, wouldn't
Couldn't you have knocked?
I did knock, but I
No,
I
but see,
thought...
listen, you're not going to hang it to her satisfaction, so just let her hang it or let her tell you how to hang it. Because she would measure twice and cut once. You would whack the whole thing up and
6
figure a way to get
holes.
it.
There's
You got
6
6 holes in the wall.
But we have
Now,
6 new
David may
pictures on them.
disagree with Jessica about a lot of things, but they definitely agree that he can sing and play the guitar. Will you play us out of this segment?
Sure.
Here it goes.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay. Actually, I've written over 100 songs, and that was just this morning.
All right, next, an infamous villain from Survivor marries America's Next Top Model contestant, and their own battles begin. And we're going to find out what has them bickering when we come back. But first, Davey's going to play us out.
I'll love you this year. I'll love you next year. And then forever. You're my forever. I love this feeling.
I am so angry I can't see straight.
I told you I hated you, and I do hate you. Dr. Phil, I know I'm failing. It can't continue the way that it is.
Your daughter drank bleach from a sippy cup. She's had lice. She's had a book bag with maggots and mold.
I'm being the best mom that I can be.
Living with Tori is like living with the Antichrist. I see absolutely no redeeming qualities in this child. None.
Why are you allowing this man to treat your daughter in this way? You bullied your cousin with Down syndrome and kicked her in the back?
She is disgusting. Have you seen her?
All this May on Dr. Phil.
Well, you see reality stars fight a lot on TV because I guess people like to see that conflict. But the truth is, they are real people, and it doesn't stop when the cameras turn off. Now, Johnny Fairplay from Survivor married America's Next Top Model contestant, Michelle Deton. Their arguments are tearing them apart. Hello?
Hey.
Ready?
You get in the car and you automatically change.
That's the only time I have to listen to it.
Even if I say something like, hey, I was listening to
All I'd
that.
like to listen to is Opie and Anthony. I don't understand why that's a huge, huge deal.
It's all about you. Cheers, the Johnny Fairplay Show.
Michelle and I fight, I believe, every day.
You have no consideration for anything that I hold any value to whatsoever.
John and I normally don't have conversations. And when we do, they don't stay calm very long.
You took the vacuum from here to the end of the hallway. Why would you carry the vacuum from here to the end of the hallway?
Because I didn't know you wanted me to sweep in here.
I told you yesterday during your lunch, and then when you got home, you said you would do it, and then you just carried the vacuum to the end of the hall like it magically vacuumed itself.
Thanks for making me look like an idiot once again.
The tone he uses is just like he's talking down or he's angry. Ugh, I hate it.
You have a problem with me thinking I have a problem or something. I don't know. I don't understand why you're crying. I'm 36 years old. I've kind of experienced life. Michelle's 24. And I try to help her, and she thinks I'm just trying to hold her down, which is the exact opposite.
I'm a 24-year-old woman that can live her own life and that is not going to accept being treated less than what I deserve.
Well, welcome Johnny Fairplay and Michelle Dighton. Hey guys.
Melissa.
What's up, man? Michelle, how are you? Y'all have a seat. So, are y'all the Bickersons?
Mainly, yeah.
What's the main thing that gets on your nerves?
Oh, God.
I'll give you your chance in a minute.
Where do I begin? Well, I feel like I have 2 children, so I don't think that helps. I have a 3-year-old and my 15-year-old son here, so...
Yeah.
I'm a great dad. I mean, I think I'm a nice guy. I mean, you know, I do, you know, play a villain very well on television. But, you know, I think in real life, I think I'm a pretty nice guy and a lot of fun to be around.
When I was watching the tape and you were talking about this vacuum cleaner and that you carried it down to the other end of the hall instead of vacuuming our way down there, is that?
Well, no, just vacuum. I had vacuumed the entire house except for the sunroom, and I left the sunroom for her because there was a bunch of beans and stuff from our daughter's sandbox. So
sensory table.
Sensory table. And so, you know, I was like, look, I don't want to vacuum up all the beans. So if you'd like to keep these beans, you know, could you do the last room? And she said, sure. So I went in, you know, the next day. The beans are still there. Nothing's been vacuumed, and magically the vacuum cleaner had been carried all the way to the end of the hall. So it's like, you know, why would you carry it to the end of the hall and not vacuum first? You know, just little stuff like that. I don't understand.
Yeah.
So I would vacuum, wouldn't you?
I forgot.
So what do you want to say?
Well, first off, I did clean up the beans that she was playing with, and then she played with the table again and got them all over the place. So I had to clean them up again. And I forgot that he wanted me to vacuum. And so instead of carrying it into the bedroom where he was sleeping and putting it away, I just sat it at the end of the hallway. Yeah.
But why would the vacuum cleaner be there?
Okay, yeah, but here's my point that I think you're missing, and maybe I'm wrong about this. You help me out here. I'm not so sure it's what he says so much as it's the way he says it.
It is.
Yeah. Are you a mama's boy?
Well, I love my mom. My mom's great. Who doesn't love their mom? You're horrible people.
Yeah, that wasn't a question.
Well, no, my mom does a lot to help both me and Michelle, and especially my daughter. And so sure, if by definition,
I'm not saying that you are or you aren't. I'm just saying she says that your mother still comes over and does your clothes and takes care of you like she did when you still lived there.
No, she helps. I do the dishes. She doesn't.
John just started doing the dishes and the laundry when he found out we were coming on the Dr. Phil show.
That is not. I am more than positive she doesn't think the dishwasher works because I've never seen her put dishes in it, and she's never emptied it. Because, why would you empty it? Because she's never seen it work. So.
The thing is, I have a full-time job, I'm a full-time student, and I have a 3-year-old daughter. And I'm the president of the Teach Club at my college, I'm in the student leadership program, I volunteer, I'm in a play that's opening next weekend. And when I come home, instead of doing dishes, instead of cleaning up a mess, whatever, I'm going to get on the floor and I'm going to play with my little girl. So that's what I want to do.
Yeah. So, here's the thing. You guys took this personality test, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. All right, next, we're going to find out the trigger words that each says that they are like throwing gasoline on a fire when they hear them from the other one. We'll be right back.
Michelle treats the house like a hotel. Leaves her clothes laying around.
Welcome to John's walk-in closet. There's all of his shoes. I don't know why he needs so many jackets. More shirts, pants. It's completely packed, and it just piles up and piles up and piles up. And he doesn't wear 90% of the clothes he has. John is immature, self-absorbed, messy, a mama's boy. He's 36 years old, and he acts like he's 15.
She said I was smelly!
We've got some problems, and apparently she doesn't like me sometimes. That's weird. I thought everybody loved me.
Well, we're back with Johnny and his wife, Michelle. They say their bickering escalates when they say certain words to each other. Like, for example, if you call him lazy, that sets you off, right?
Yep.
Or if she calls you mama's boy, which I asked you a minute ago, or if she calls you old.
Yeah.
Why those words?
Well, I mean, I've been called a lot of things. I mean, horrible things, but never old. That's just the meanest thing you could ever say to me.
Well, what have you been called that's bad, that's not as bad as old?
This is a PG show, Dr. Phil. We can't. I'm pretty much the biggest bad guy in the history of reality TV, so I've been called plenty worse than...
Yeah, you've read the message boards.
Yeah, I try not to. They don't put nice things.
Yeah. All right. Now, you don't like it if he calls you messy, dumb, or childish.
Because the thing is, I'm not dumb, and I'm extremely intelligent. And just because I'm good looking doesn't mean I'm stupid. So, and then when he calls me childish or immature, I mean, I've given up a lot in the last couple of years. Like, I'm a mother, I'm going to college, you know, I'm trying to, you know, create something for my daughter's future and our future. And I feel like I've really stepped up to the plate. I mean, I'm only 24, so I should be out partying.
Only 24 as opposed
only
to
24.
being older. Now, Michelle wrote a letter to Johnny with her complaints about his behavior and how it's him who's causing their fights in their marriage. Now, what you said is that gets upset when Johnny tells her she can't do anything right and everything is your fault, right? Says if what they have is a marriage, it's an insult to people in love. That's pretty harsh.
Yeah.
Do you predict you're going to stay married?
I'd like to. Hope. I mean, I don't want to be in a relationship where we fight constantly.
Do you predict you're going to stay married?
I'd like to. But that's what we're here for you to help, Dr. Phil. Come on. I mean, like, help us out, brother.
Here's the thing. You guys took this personality test for compatibility. And surprisingly enough, you're very much alike.
I think that's why we get into so many arguments, because we are extremely alike.
Like, for example, both of you scored very high on conscientiousness. You know, you're both kind of very planful and thoughtful about life and what you do. You both scored identically at the top on openness, which has to do with intellectualism and how well you think and how bright you are. Both of y'all were very high in the intellectual categories here as well. Both of you are very high on extroversion. And let me tell you why that's a problem. Because that means both of you are going to be very expressive about what you think. You're a little high on neuroticism.
Shocker.
Yeah. And I get the sense that you kind of have a way you think everything is supposed to be done, and she is not going to cave to that. So you can be right, but you're going to be alone.
Can you fix her?
I'm going to tell you. Yeah, I'm going to do that right now.
Fix you.
Here's the thing. You're a right fighter. When you decide you're right, you're going to see it through, right?
Absolutely.
And you can do that, but you're going to be alone while you're doing it, because she is kind of having it up to here, right? I mean, I watched what you said on that video, and you were deadly serious that you're tired of getting bullied around by him. And that means that you're going to have to decide to respect her as an intelligent person, which she is, and it's not at your expense, because you are as well. You're a very intelligent guy, and you have this character you've kind of created in the reality world, and I get that. But aside from that, you're a very intelligent guy, and you actually scored pretty high on agreeableness, which means you tend to have a general concern for other people. You're not a selfish guy.
Yeah, no, I'm a great guy.
But in this situation, you're trying to impose your will on her, and it will not work. And if you don't change it, I predict you will not be married this time next year. I'm just telling you, somebody's got to tell you the truth. Am I?
I could see that. In the letter, I told him that if things don't change, that we wouldn't make it to the end of the year.
I'm just looking out for her. I mean, I'm not doing it because I don't like her. I just want to protect her.
Well, how's that working for you?
Not so good, Dr. Phil.
Well, then you got to change what you're doing. I mean, this is an intelligent woman who happens to currently be in love with you. You're the kind of person that I think you would ask, you know, how's your marriage? You probably say, fine, subject to immediate collapse. I mean, like in the moment it may be okay, but this thing could come unscrewed in a fast hurry. When you basically have compatibility, and look, she didn't marry a guru. Coaching your wife is like trying to baptize a cat. You know, you got to get out of your character for a minute and hear this. She doesn't think it's cute anymore. She doesn't think it's cute anymore. And the truth is, you're not a bad guy. You may play the villain, I get that, but you're not a bad guy. But you got to understand that you can't. She didn't marry a guru. She didn't marry a coach. She married a partner, somebody in life. And just because you're 36, like, oh, you've lived life. I got sweatshirts older than you. You can fill volumes with what you don't know.
I agree.
And so you guys are in this together. I mean, make a partnership here. And if she's not picking up the beans, pick them up and vacuum the damn floor. You got to pick your battles, is what I'm saying.
What advice do you have for her? What advice do you have for her? See, I want her to like me better. I mean, like, you're telling me what can she do?
I already told her what she can do. Were you not listening? Maybe you need a haircut. You stuff in your ears? Hey, I can say that. I have no hair. I can make hair jokes. But think it through. I mean, think it through. This can work if you guys will just do it. All right. Next, we're going to talk to the $1 million winner of the Amazing Race and find out what he bickers about with his partner. We'll be right back.
Rodney likes to shave his hair, but sometimes he leaves it all over the sink.
No, it's not me, it's the cat. Look, and I take the cat and pull it behind the hair. Look, it's the cat hair.
That's just something that drives me nuts.
Well, the Amazing Race big winner Raikkonen now stars in the A-list New York with his partner Rodney.
How was your dinner last night with Austin?
Austin?
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah? What you guys was talking about?
He just said, I want to catch up and I want to just get to know how you're doing.
When Raikkonen told me he was going to dinner with Austin, I feel a little strange because why can't they invite me to go?
It's something you just kind of have to say to your partner, hey, look, I'm ready to go and just hang out with my friends and we're going to take a little break.
Well, their differences span from a language barrier to who's going to cook and clean. Now, we caught up with them at their home. Take a look.
Anytime you're in a relationship, there are some things that drives me nuts. Rodney likes to shave his hair, but sometimes he leaves it all over the sink.
When I can see they have Rodney, why didn't you clean? Like, no, it's not me, it's the cat. Look, and I take the cat and pull it behind the hair. Look, it's the cat hair, it's not mine.
That's just something that drives me nuts.
I don't think Raikkonen knows where the closet is.
I come home, I'm so tired by the time I take my clothes off that I throw them all over the floor.
This makes me a little mad.
Rodney does not like cat litter or anything about cat litter. I've been cleaning the cat box.
When he traveled, he asked me to clean the cat box. I can't. I wish Raikkonen be like little easygoing.
I would just love for Rodney to be a little more clean in the bathroom and in the kitchen, and I'm going to be a happy camper.
Well, please welcome Raikkonen and Rodney. Good to see you, good man. How you doing?
Good.
Rodney, how are you? You guys have a seat.
Thanks.
So you've been watching the show, right?
Oh, yeah.
From backstage?
Yeah.
Who bothers who the most? Who's the complainer here?
You know, it's funny because it's two men, living together, it's really funny, and it's not easy. It's like kind of two roommates, they have the same problem we have.
I'm probably the one who speaks up more, I'm probably the one who's more like, keep the kitchen clean, keep the bathroom clean, and but I mean, I definitely put stuff on the floor. I take my clothes off and leave them everywhere, like you saw.
Yeah. So which are you? Are you neat or are you a slob?
I'm the neat one. I'm the neat one when it comes to like clinical stuff, like the kitchen and the bathroom.
Yeah. Do y'all talk about it or do you just fight about it?
No, we talk about it, but I think it's a little too much. Life is too short now, we can clean late.
Clean the kitchen later. It's hard to move in with someone, you've only known them 3 or 4 months, but you want to stay together, but you're forced to make a decision because we had to both go to New York or be totally separate, and I wanted to be together.
Okay. All right, well, next, these two also took our personality test. They might be surprised with their results. In fact, they're going to be surprised. We'll be right back. Well, both Riken and Rodney took our personality test, and you might be surprised that Rodney scored higher on being extroverted than Riken. In Rodney's travels around the world, he did a happy dance everywhere. I mean, I think being in all those different places doing that dance is a good example of being extroverted. Rodney looks pretty extroverted there. Another thing, that's a pretty good happy dance, I gotta say. This has gotten over 1 million views on YouTube. Yeah. Give us a happy dance here. We got to see the happy dance. All right. Oh, you got a turn in there? I like it. See, one of the biggest differences in y'all's personality profiles, and all of you at home, you can go to drphil.com and take this personality test, and it is based on the 5 core personality factors. And the one where you guys had a big difference was on extroversion. You need quiet time. You like to be alone some and have quiet time without a lot of interaction and a lot of noise, right?
I need that, yeah. It doesn't mean I don't love him or something, I just need it.
Yeah, and you don't like that.
I understand, I get it.
You don't like that.
It's fun because Brazilian, they're very affectionate. And when he's in his computer, in my mind, I think it's the best time to come to him and talk to him. But in his mind, no, I'm bothering him.
Yeah. I get in a zone and I start wanting to catch up and focus and concentrate. And it's like, that's when I need my time. And, Rodney needs help with a lot of different things. And he comes in my office a lot asking for help with things.
Yeah. And you're much more affectionate, right?
I am.
And does that bother you that he's more affectionate?
No, I love it. And I try to be affectionate with him too. I like to think of myself as an affectionate person, but I guess I'm not.
Well, no, you're not. You're certainly, you score very high actually on agreeableness, which is connection and with other people, wanting to be involved, and also not at all. I mean, both of you are very compatible. And interestingly, on neuroticism, which can be read as emotional instability, volatility, mood swings, irritability, vulnerability to stress, both of you score very low. So you're not susceptible to that at all. Both of you are very...
Thank God.
Why are you so relieved?
Because, it's like I feel like we do get along for the most part pretty well. And I think for the pressure cooker we got put in to both have to move to New York together at the same time and decide to live together,
And like little mistakes we had, and people watch outside and they make this huge. You guys have to break up because of that. Like, what?
Yeah.
But it's like relationship, it's a construction. It's like a construction. You can take 10 years. Construction, sorry.
No, listen. You're doing way better on my language than I would do on yours, so trust me.
And you can take 10 years to figure out if you still want to be with this person. Like, it's not 1 month, it's not 1 year.
Well, your compatibility, you could almost lay your profiles on top of one another and they would be exact, with the exception of you needing quiet time. And both of you are with very stable individuals. So that's good news, right?
Yeah.
So you're relieved?
I'm relieved.
You relieved?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Well, work on your construction then. All right. You've got a good partner to do it with. We'll be right back. For everybody at home, you can go to drphil.com and take the personality test. And as I say, there's really a lot of consensus in the field of psychology and psychiatry that personality is really based on these 5 core traits. And so there's a test there that will give you an idea where you score on those things, and you can look at compatibility. And I'm going to have some descriptions about what kind of behaviors go with each one. So be sure and take it. I think you'll find it very interesting. When it comes to bickering, see if you can follow the steps we have outlined on drphil.com to fight fair, understand your differences, and have a better relationship. Special thanks to my guest today. Davy Jones has a new album that can be found at davyjones.net. And information about Jessica's Flamenco Fusion show, Flamenco Express, can be found at flamencoexpress.com. So we'll be looking for both of those. I want to thank Johnny Fairplay and his wife, Michelle. Thank you guys for being here. Make this work. Seriously, make this work. Check out Riken's book, Here's What We'll Say. And both Riken and Rodney can be seen on the A-List New York on Logo. We'll have more on our website, drphil.com. Thanks for being here. So long. Thanks so much, man. Thanks, guys. See y'all.
Today on Dr. Phil.
Jenda's beyond obsessed with me. One of my friends said it's like it's single white female. She's trying to be you.
A friendship.
She started referring to your children as my babies.
That crossed boundaries.
I miss my friend Tracy. I need her back in my life very badly.
You start getting text messages that say, I can't get you out of my mind. I don't want this life without you.
I'm not going to stop until I get that connection back.
So your creep meter...
Oh, it's way past creepy.
Is it infatuation?
Tracy is my past, my present, and my future.
Did you try to sabotage her marriage?
Or obsession?
Did you text, I need you, I deserve you, I swear I will love you the right way? Let's do it. Why don't we stop all the drama, stop all the fighting, and let's go get you better.
Here we go. Have a good show, everybody.
If I can help get this family back on track, are you willing to do that?
Pretty free. Take it.
This is going to be a changing day in your life. Go, Dr. Phil. Well, I want you to imagine living every day in absolute fear and constantly looking over your shoulder, because no matter how many times you adamantly made it known you are not interested in a relationship, the person just does not back off. And in fact, pursues you even harder. They drive by your house. They watch your every move. They send you numerous text messages daily like these. Every day, no matter what, I think of you. I will love you like no other. I need you, baby. I deserve you. I don't want this life without you. Sounds like a former lover who can't handle the thought of breaking up. But actually, the person behind these texts is a former female friend of my first guest, Tracy. Take a look.
Jenda's beyond obsessed with me. Jenda is sick and needs help. When we first met, Jenda would text me 50+ times a day. She would text me, good morning, my love. I love you. She would text me and say, I'm right down the street. I need some Tracy love. I got a little creeped out. It didn't seem normal to me. She would show affection to my kids, and she would call them her babies, her family, her loves, just like I would. Jenda would try to hang out with friends of mine. One of my best friends said to me, it's like it's single white female. She's trying to be you. I told her she was inserting herself too far into my life and that she needed to stop. She got very angry. She would go from, I love you, I need you back in my life, to you in a matter of moments. The most recent text I got, Tracy, I can't get you off of my mind. Please love me again. I need you, Tracy. I can't just give up on us. We were so special. I've never wanted anything more than this. Jenda lied and told her husband that I was well on my way to an affair. And then her husband sent a text to my husband. There was definitely a jealousy seed planted. Divorce was mentioned. She's definitely out to hurt my family. She's trying to destroy it.
Okay. Now, everybody has friends, and sometimes it can go, I don't know, maybe a friend kind of encroaches or gets too involved. But that's not what we're talking about here, right? You say this has gone way too far.
Way too far.
You're scared even talking about this right now, aren't you? Tell me what you're thinking right now.
I'm afraid of what's going to happen after.
Do me a favor. I want you to take a deep breath and understand that we're here to work the problem.
Mm-hmm.
This has gone on for a long time, right? And this just hasn't stopped.
Hasn't stopped.
So let's talk about what we're dealing with here. The first time you met her was what?
I was looking for a cake for my daughter's 4th birthday.
So you were buying a cake for a birthday party?
Yes.
And she did what? She wanted to borrow some money?
Yeah, after she delivered the cake, she had, emailed me again and asked me how everything was. I told her it was great, it was wonderful, thank you so much. I'll definitely use you again for, other birthdays. I have 4 kids.
Right.
And she then proceeded to ask me to invest my money into her company.
And she wanted what, $20,000?
Like $20,000, yeah.
Okay, was that a red flag?
Yes.
Okay, and your gut instinct said something to you?
Yes.
Okay, and listen, the reason I've said that, and you may, I've written a book right now called Life Code, and Life Code talks about the fact that we need to start listening to our gut instinct.
Agree.
I did this with my son Jay, and we talked about it because we were born into very different worlds. The world's changing right now.
Right.
And we don't listen enough to our gut instincts, and I'll talk about that later. But your gut instinct right then said something was wrong. You didn't see her for a while, and then you run into her.
Yes.
She starts texting you. How often?
Like 50 plus times a day.
50 times a day. Did that seem odd to you,
It
though,
did.
that you're getting those?
Yeah.
I made a list of the things that she was sending to you. You start getting text messages that say, I can't get you out of my mind. I swear I will love you the right way. I will love you like no other. I need you. I deserve you. I miss your face. I don't want anything but your love. I deserve it. I can't stand this, Tracy. I need you. I don't want this life without you. I need you, baby. I can't bear to let you go. When you see them all together, how does that, what's your gut tell you now?
I don't know what to do anymore.
And she started referring to your children as my babies. So your creep meter...
Oh, it's way past creepy.
So you're pegging over here at this point. That's inappropriate.
Very.
It's gone.
My husband doesn't even talk to me like that.
Okay. All right. Okay, that's another show. Okay. You're saying I need to distance this. This is inappropriate.
Yes. When the bad stuff started happening is when I really let her have it.
Okay, what bad stuff are you talking about?
When she said things to my husband.
What did she tell your husband? Well, she told her husband,
to
and then her husband told your husband what?
That I was well on my way to an affair with a good friend of mine, and that I was talking to somebody online.
This did, in fact, create problems in your marriage.
Huge.
And see, this is what I want everybody to know. This is a pretty flagrant example of it, but there are people like this in our lives. I call them baiters, and I talk about this in Life Code. There are people in our lives that are backstabbers, abusers, imposters, takers, exploiters. They're reckless with your life and ours. Tracy fears that her obsession with her has turned into a romantic infatuation on Jenda's part, not Tracy's part. Let me be very clear about that.
Thank you.
Very clear about that. Take a look at this. You'll understand.
It would not surprise me if Jenda wanted to be more than friends with me. Her infatuation with me is extremely scary. She has sent me texts saying, let me show you how beautiful you are. And I would say to her, no, Jenda, I'm not like that. She would grope me and touch me, kiss on me, grabbing my breasts, grabbing my butt, slapping my butt, kissing on my face. I was weirded out about her doing it. She would buy me drinks. She would say, you'll loosen up some if you drink some more. She texted me recently saying that she needed me to love her again. Please let me love you. The problem is, I don't feel for her the way she feels for me.
I would like Tracy to listen to Jenda describe how much their friendship means to her. Now, by the way, she hasn't been listening to any of this so far. She's backstage. She hasn't been hearing anything that we've been saying. But I want y'all to meet her by video. So here's a look at Jenda, the friend.
I miss my friend Tracy, and I need her back in my life very badly. Tracy has a killer smile. It'll melt your heart. It'll make your bad days go away. I miss that smile. I need that smile. I'm willing to do what I can to get that smile back every day. I never met a woman that I had a connection with until Tracy came along. Tracy and I would talk from morning until night. I was her pea. She was my carrot. That made me feel a part of something very, very special. I'm pushing really hard to get Tracy back into my life. I sent Tracy a message saying that we need a couples therapy. I will tell her how beautiful she is. I tell Tracy I miss her coffee. Coffee does not taste the same anymore. Tracy is my past, she's my present, and she's my future. No one could ever take that away from me. I'm not gonna stop until I get that connection back. If I could see Tracy in person, I would probably fight everything inside me not to just go up to her and hug her and not stop. I love her.
Let me tell you what's going to happen now. Nobody ever sees this, but this is a script for this show, Dr. Phil, season 11 show, in the script. And I'll show you, when I say script, it's really kind of a flow chart because I don't have a script. I don't know what I'm going to say because I don't know what you're going to say.
Hi.
You can see here on this page, it says, Jenda walks out. But I watched the video this morning. I've been studying this for some time. You know, we've asked you a million questions. But I saw the video very early this morning. And I made a clinical decision at that point. It might make really good television, but in my view, it is not in your best interest to be with this woman.
Thank you.
Now, I want to talk to her. I want to try to, get through to her. It's obvious to me that there's an obsession here that's not healthy. She's not going to be happy when she finds out she's not going to see you. She's probably going to throw a fit. And you are being stalked. You have a stalker here.
I don't think it's fair to just cut someone out of your life. She said she loved me. I just felt a bond with her that I hadn't felt with anybody else. Tracy introduced me to my husband.
My husband thought it would be a good idea to divert some of her attention. She and Adam clicked, and they ended up getting married. We were asked to be part of the wedding, and even though neither of us really wanted to, we both said yes.
Tracy was so excited to be part of our wedding. She was my cheerleader. The wedding was fabulous.
We went to the wedding, and we didn't stay long. We wanted to hurry up and get out of there. Knowing what I know now, I definitely would not have been in the wedding.
Well, that was Tracy, who says accepting the invitation to be a bridesmaid in her former friend Jenda's wedding was really not something that, if she knew then what she knew now, she would have done, because this has gone in a bad direction in her opinion. Jenda is joining us now. Now, Jenda, I've been talking to Tracy without you here. I'm talking to you now without her here. Okay. What's the state of this relationship, in your opinion, at this point?
There's no relationship.
Right, but you don't accept that.
I don't want to. I don't want to accept that it's over.
Tell me why. Tell me what you think about that.
I met Tracy, and we clicked. We didn't meet as friends, but we clicked as friends. She held my hand through some horrible times in my life. She was the catalyst, her and her husband, to introduce me to my husband. I am not perfect. I was not a perfect friend. I said some things that I should not have said.
But when I love people in my life, I love them unconditionally. I don't think a person should be judged for the things that they say when they're hurt or they're angry. And I don't think it's fair to just cut someone out of your life that you said, she said she loved me.
Do you think that you, do you think you have violated boundaries in your relationship with her?
I don't think so.
Have you texted her up to 50 times a day?
If it was back and forth, yes, I'm sure. I didn't constantly text her back or text her with no replies.
Yeah. Did you send her a text that said, I can't get you out of my mind? I swear I will love you the right way. I will love you like no other. I need you. I deserve you. I miss your face. I don't want anything but your love. I deserve it. I can't stand this, Tracy. I need you. I don't want this life without you. I need you, baby. I can't bear to let you go. Does that...
That sounds horrible.
First off, did you write those texts?
Yes.
I just want to text you and hear that beep every day, no matter what I think of you. I wanted to be your soft place to fall. I want to beg you to stay. There is not a moment I don't want to message you. Does that seem as it's violated a boundary?
I'm thinking it does now. I didn't, no. I didn't, because we had such a close bond. We just had a close bond. And it may sound strange to other people, but it
doesn't sound strange to you.
It didn't sound strange. No, it doesn't, because...
Have you said I love Tracy more than family?
As much as family, yes. She
no,
was
you said
family
more
too.
than family.
More than some of my family, yes.
Have you said Tracy is my past, present, and future?
She was there for me in my past when I didn't think I had anybody, and she was there for me every second. I just felt a bond with her that I hadn't felt with anybody else. And the present is everything that happens. I found a light. I loved her as I don't know what to say.
Do you think you're obsessed with her?
No, I don't.
Do you drive by her house? Be honest.
I have, yeah. I have.
Do you think that's odd?
I mean, I don't do it. It sounds odd, yes.
You were a confidant.
Yes.
You were romantically motivated.
Probably. I had an attraction to her, yes.
I'm sorry?
I had an attraction to her, yes.
Because she said that you had touched her before and that you had groped her some when you guys were out, that you'd be drinking and that sort of thing. I mean, just be honest. It is what it is.
Yes.
So, you start to deny that and then you decide to say yes. I'm just asking, which is it? Is that true or not?
Yeah.
Did you propose a three-way with her husband?
No, I did not propose that.
Yeah. How did that come up?
This is just...
I'm sorry?
This is... I feel like a villain.
Well, listen, if you don't want to talk about it, it's okay. We can end this right now. It's okay. I thought you wanted to talk about this.
I do.
Get it out. But if you don't, it's absolutely okay. Don't. But no, you're playing the victim here. And if you say, oh, I just feel like the villain. I don't want to talk about this. If you don't, it's okay.
I wanted to come on the show. I miss her. And I wanted someone that didn't know either one of us. to tell me the truth, to tell me what to do. I honestly love too much, maybe. I'm clingy, I'm needy. And if I need to let go, I will. I want to make her happy. I want to make me happy again.
Well, I'm the answer man.
Yes.
For all of that.
I know that.
I'm going to take a break, and when we come back, I'm going to tell you exactly what I think. You may like some of it, you may not like some of it, and I will be completely clear as to what I think you need to do. We'll be right back.
Looking back, Jinder was never a friend to me. It was very one-sided. My daughter was in the midst of being diagnosed with epilepsy. And when I was talking to Jinder about this, she started telling me about her other friend, that her kid was in the hospital with something way worse. Like what I was dealing with was nothing. It didn't matter. It was always about her.
Well, that was Tracy, who says her former friend Jinder, who's sitting here with me now, was more obsessed with being her friend than actually being one. And now Tracy wants Jinder to accept that their friendship is over. Jinder says she doesn't want it to be over. Did you try to sabotage her marriage? No. Did you tell your husband that she was having an inappropriate relationship with someone else, and he called her husband and told him that, and it put her relationship in jeopardy? That doesn't sound like anybody's peas to somebody else's carrots. Because as a guy that's objective, you know, not knowing either one of you, if I'm just sitting up in the arena watching this play out down there, I read those text messages and I see the intensity of your, what I think is obsession with her. I see you say she has a smile that's amazing. I miss that smile. I make a vow to her just like I did to my husband. I miss her face. Coffee doesn't even taste the same without her. I mean, I read these things. It sounds like a broken-hearted lover. And then I find out that you've said things to your husband that calls her husband, that puts her marriage in jeopardy. I look at that and say, well, hell, she's trying to blow up her marriage, so she's then forlorn and turns back to you looking for comfort. If you're not in the drama, doesn't it look to you like you look at that and go, well, I can see that coming?
Yes.
Looks obvious, right?
Yes.
You say, you don't see it. Right? But anybody else would see that in that way. So you say that you're a needy and clingy person. Now, this isn't the only relationship that you've been needy and clingy in, correct?
No.
Because, I mean, I was reading what you said, and you said you've been that way with other people in your life. You've been that way here, you've been that way here. You've been that way here, right?
Yes.
And I'm not listing their names because there's no sense dragging them into this, but that's 1, 2, 3 other people. And now she would be a fourth that we know of. So this is kind of a pattern with you, right?
Yes.
So maybe it isn't her that is the reason you breathe. Maybe it's
so silly.
You. Right?
Right.
This was the most encouraging thing I've heard you say. And you repeated here today. You said, quote, I'm a needy, clingy person. I need to know that my friends love me. I need a lot of attention. I need constant text and communications. That's a quote from you. Mm-hmm. Why do you think that's encouraging to me?
Because I acknowledge it.
Yeah, I mean, you can't change what you don't acknowledge. And because you see that, that gives me some measure of encouragement. Because there is something wrong here.
Okay.
This isn't healthy.
Okay.
Now, do you want to know why Tracy's not out here?
Yeah, I mean,
Because in my professional opinion, it isn't healthy for her to be out here.
Okay.
I do think you're obsessed with her, but I don't think this is about her at all.
Okay.
I think she's just in the person that's currently in your crosshairs. You just need to be in love. You need to be loved. You need to be infatuated. You need to be intensely in that drama. And you know, I haven't evaluated you, I haven't done diagnostics on you, but, you know, there's something called personality disorders. And it's nothing to be ashamed of. You know, some people have arthritis, some people have personality disorders. And there are different clusters in personality disorders. And if you were to see somebody professionally, they would go through that. There are 3 clusters of personality disorders. There's clusters A, B, and C.
Okay.
And cluster A is odd and eccentric behaviors. That's not you. B is dramatic, emotional, or erratic disorders. You would fall into there if I would suspect if I was just looking at you. And C, anxious or fearful disorders, and you would fall in there. Now, under B, there are a couple that I would look at if I were looking at you. Histrionic disorders, attention-seeking behavior that includes sexual seductiveness and emotions inappropriate in typical society. They don't recognize boundaries. And narcissistic disorder, pervasive patterns of grandiosity, need for attention, and lack of empathy for others. Meaning you don't pay attention to the fact that this is bothering somebody else. And then in cluster C, anxious or fearful disorders, dependent disorder. That's pervasive psychological dependence on other individuals. I'd be looking at those 3 things, and those all sound kind of like what you described down here. Now again, I'm not diagnosing you because I can't do that without sitting down and doing a prolonged clinical interview and an appropriate set of psychometrics and all, and to do the proper diagnosis. But if you saw someone professionally, I would say to them, I think you should pay attention to whether I fall into one of these categories and see if you can give me some help with this, because I don't want to be this way. And you can handle this, you can get better. And that way it's better for you, it's better for your kids, it's better for your life, it's better for your friends, it's better for your family. And in addition to telling you, I will also offer to provide you the help to deal with this. And I will get you appropriate professional help, just as our gift to you, if you will accept that. Would you do that?
Yes.
I'm going to excuse you. I'm going to bring Tracy back out after you're gone and talk with her for a bit.
Okay.
It's really important that you not contact Tracy until you talk to that professional.
I won't.
Okay. I'm going to hope that you'll take the gift I'm offering
Absolutely.
you. You're not a bad person. You just need to make an adjustment in this area, and then I hope you'll be happy in your life. Okay? All right. Thank you. We'll be right back. Well, I just finished talking with Jenda, who, as you all know, in my opinion, is obsessed with Tracy. I was very honest with her. I told her exactly what I thought was going on. And I'm encouraged that she does show some degree of insight. And I asked her to make a commitment to me not to contact Tracy, and she agreed that she wouldn't do that. And our resource director is already making arrangements for her to have professional help and support back in her hometown, because we want that to happen right away, so there is support and intervention before much time passes. So you've been watching from backstage. Tell me what your reaction is to that conversation.
I'm hoping she's genuine, that she genuinely got it like it seemed she did. I don't think she put it 2 and 2 together until she saw it. I think she saw it very differently until it was laid out.
Well, I think you're right. And I think sometimes when 2 things help people sometimes. When they see themselves on video, it's like they're watching somebody else. It gives them some objectivity from it. And then when they do see statements that occur across time, concentrated in writing in one place, they go taken as a group.
Yeah.
That's pretty incriminating. And I thought that had an impact on her, where she went, wow. And I think she started to deny a few things that she admitted, which I thought was good. And she did describe herself as needy and clingy and needing attention.
On her Facebook page.
Right. And I showed her a list of people in her life that she said she's done the same thing with that she's done with you. So she acknowledged the pattern. Those are all good signs, because sometimes people just like, nope, nope, nope. They don't refuse to have any insight whatsoever. Now, I'm not saying that this is a no risk or low risk situation, and I think you have to respect it as a risky situation at this point. And if you get so much as a tremor from that direction, then my recommendation to you is that you file for a restraining order. You have the evidence to get that. It's up to you to decide whether you need to do that at this point or not. But certainly, if you do get contacted after today, then I would recommend that you do that. And in my opinion, you certainly have a body of evidence to support getting that done. I think you will get what you came here for, which is a game changer in getting her to withdraw from this relationship.
Yes.
What do you think?
I think I'm very thankful. I'm
Glad
glad I
you
came.
All right. Well, I'm glad you did too.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. My next guest said she was betrayed and backstabbed in the most hateful way by her own sister, resulting in a 3-year silence. We're going to meet them both when we come back.
I haven't spoken to my sister Holly in 3 years because I cheated on my husband. She has decided to take his side. She does owe me an apology.
The words "I'm sorry" will not be coming out of my mouth.
My next guest, Carrie, says her sister Holly has absolutely no remorse for purposely stabbing her in the back, resulting in a 3-year silence among sisters.
I haven't spoken to my sister Holly in 3 years because I cheated on my husband. She has decided to take his side. I was wrong for cheating, but I feel it was none of my sister's business. After I left my husband, I went on vacation with my current boyfriend and received a phone call from my sister calling me the biggest whore on the face of the earth. I ended up turning my phone off, and when I turned my phone on the next morning, there was 17 voicemails verbally bashing me over and over again. When I left my husband, Holly purposely befriended him to get back at me. She took my husband's side during my custody and divorce trial. My sister wrote an affidavit to the court stating that she did not feel I was a good mother and that my ex-husband would be better off with my kids. My sister also offered to help out my current boyfriend's now ex-wife during his court proceedings to show up and testify on what a terrible person that I was. I was absolutely livid. She does owe me an apology.
Well, Holly could not see this more differently. She insists she has done nothing wrong, and the words "I'm sorry" will never come out of her mouth.
My older sister Carrie is a lying, manipulative person. I'm content not talking to my sister. The affair that she had was the straw that broke the camel's back. Being caught in a handicapped restroom stall with her husband 20 feet away. What she did was wrong. I did side with her husband. After she was caught cheating, she left and did not see her kids for about 3 months. She's a master manipulator, and she can convince anybody she's the victim. I'm not sure why she called Dr. Phil. Her list of embarrassing actions is a mile long, and if she wants me to come on national TV and reveal that laundry list, then I'm more than willing to do that. The words "I'm sorry" will not be coming out of my mouth.
Okay, why did you want to be here, Carrie?
To get a resolution, to, at least to make it feasible to have family gatherings and for everybody to get along. It's been 3 years.
So you want a relationship with your sister?
Absolutely.
And you feel like the betrayal is that she sided with your husband rather than you and your blood?
Yes.
Although you don't expect her to endorse what you did.
I don't endorse what I did. I never have. I know what I did was wrong. But for my whole family to turn against me for leaving my marriage is just like a stab in the back.
Okay. So what's up?
I don't have any reason or any idea why she would
want to bring me here for the whole world to, you know, hear about the whole laundry list of things that she did. I understand how she might feel betrayed that I took her ex-husband's side. But what she did, I mean, I've been cheated on. She knew that. I know the signs. I know how it goes. I know how the game is played. So I told her if she wanted to leave her now ex-husband, do it the right way, get your affairs in order, and get things taken care of. Don't just leave them high and dry. And especially, you know, your kids.
But how did you become the moral police in her life? I don't.
I did not become the moral police.
Well, no,
in her
you
life.
did. You left her messages calling her a whore and a tramp. How did you get in that role?
I called and left those messages because that was the weekend that she flew to Vegas with her boyfriend, and the weekend that my parents had to move out of their very nice high-rise apartment into a house that I know my mother didn't want to move back into. And that was your fault that they had to
Little
move.
did you know they were moving back anyway. And that's something you don't know.
Well, there's a lot of things that you don't know.
Well, but that's the problem when people don't communicate, is there are things each other don't know. And I'm going to get up on my soapbox and become a moral traffic cop. Next, Holly says her sister's affair was just the tip of the iceberg. We'll be right back.
Another boiling point for me was Carrie has borrowed, stolen, or conned upwards of $20,000 from my parents and myself and never paid a dime back. I'm very disappointed in my sister.
Well, that was Holly, who says her sister Carrie's affair was just another example in a long history of being manipulative and deceitful. Is that true or not?
She's never been held accountable for anything she's done. She's great at playing the victim.
Yeah, I had to have help from my mom and dad, you know, on occasion
To
and
get your
things
hair
like
done?
that. I never borrowed money to get my hair done.
You're a liar.
I mean, my parents did help me, and my parents have helped her too. She's usually only came around when she needed to borrow money.
I've not borrowed money from Mom in about
and-
5 years, and the last time I did it was $20.
And really, if my parents did help me out, it's none of her business anyway.
You're making it everybody's business.
What's your problem?
My problem is that you left him high and dry, and
I left him, not my family. When you all show up at court on my divorce hearings and you're sitting next to him and nobody even looks at me, when I go to court for a domestic violence and you're all sitting there making me out to look like the bad person, hello, I didn't get arrested.
Because you know as well as I do, he didn't lay a hand on you. Mom was
Okay, so
upstairs.
yeah, I know Mom was
You didn't-
upstairs and
you
didn't even
didn't
come
think-
down to help me.
Because she didn't hear anything.
Yeah, but the
You
neighbors
really
ended
think-
up
you
calling
really
the cops
think-
because they heard me
because,
screaming.
And I know how you are. You play the victim. You probably busted out the door and was screaming and, help me, help me.
You hear
I know
this?
how you are.
What, me?
The police department has pictures. They wouldn't have arrested him if there weren't any marks or anything on me. That's how it
Whenever
works.
the cops are called, somebody goes to jail.
Yes, the person with marks on them go to jail.
I'm sure you were completely innocent.
You know what? There's
And
no.
you know
there
what?
Was,
He told you not to come in the house.
you're gonna need more water.
Well, I'm pretty good. I've got you talking more than you have in 3 years.
Yeah, she falls asleep. It's true. She falsely accused him of domestic violence.
Look, here's the thing. Seriously, let me. I hate to interrupt because you are talking, which is good. But here's the thing. You don't like everything that she does, and you don't like everything that she does. She's sitting over here being very righteous and judgmental, and you're sitting over there like holier than thou. It's hard to be pious given your history, but you're pulling it off. You two clearly are sisters. All I'm saying is, look, I don't want you to lose your sister because she made some really bad decisions. Please, the two of y'all sit down and talk about this. You don't have to say you're sorry. And you don't have to say you're sorry, but sit down and talk this through. You love your sister, do you not?
Yes.
And you love your sister, do you not?
Absolutely.
You don't like the way she's treated you, the names that she's called you. You don't like the choices she's made and the turmoil she's created for your family, but you love her. Resolve those things or not, but love each other. And you're not as right as you think you are. Okay. And you're not as victim as you think you are. But listen, don't lose each other in the process. All right, we come back. My final thoughts on dealing with a toxic person in your life. We'll be right back. Well, I want to thank all of my guests today. Listen, it's important that we are aware that not everybody in our lives has our best interest at heart. And we have to learn to listen to our instincts. And I talk about that a lot in Life Code. This world has changed. And when the game changes, the rules change. And when the rules change, you need a new rule book. And that's why I've written Life Code. And right now, the only place you can get Life Code is at thebooknook.com. I've published this with my son, Jay. He's the publisher of this book. Right now, you can get it at Jay's bookstore, thebooknook.com. And everybody in the audience today is going home with a copy of Life Code. Thanks for being here. So long. See y'all.
Today on Dr. Phil, she swears her son was murdered.
His wife killed him with hemlock.
You shot up his picture with a gun. Did you murder your husband?
No.
Is her daughter-in-law heartless?
She contacted the insurance company the day he died.
Or just harassed?
You insist Fawn is into Wicca.
She thinks that she's a witch.
That doesn't mean this woman poisoned her son. Let's do it.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
I hate to see people suffering, and you've heard long enough.
Stand by, Dr. Phil.
I'm going to get you the help that you need.
In 5, 4.
This is going to be a changing day in your life. Listen to this.
Yeah, see that? That's sweet. Watch this.
Well, that was Fawn, who admits to using a picture of her and her husband, Aaron, as target practice after she discovered messages that he exchanged with another woman on Facebook. Fawn says she aimed, then fired 3 times. Then she sent the video to her husband's cell phone. But here's the problem. Just 2 months after this incident, Aaron was found dead on his couch. And now his mother, Lori, says Fawn murdered her son by poisoning him to death. Well, we're going to hear from Fawn later. But first, let's hear what her mother-in-law, Lori, has to say.
I believe my son was murdered by his estranged wife. In the beginning, they would fight, but it was a passionate fight, a passionate love. She was not the best wife, but he loved her. The more it went on, the rockier it got. She was extremely violent. One time, she actually tore the house up. In the days prior to his death, their relationship was like a roller coaster. The night before he died, I sent him a text, and he didn't answer me back. The next morning, I called my grandson, and I said, "Have you got your dad up yet?" He said he won't wake up. I said, "Have you called 911? He said, "Yes, Grandma." He said, "They're here," and he's gone. That's the worst thing I think any parent can ever hear. I finally got up there that day. The police were there after they took my son's body away. The sheriff said he would investigate this. He tried to ask Fawn questions, but she walked away and didn't answer. The The night before he died, Fawn brought him some food and a joint. We know that because it was on his telephone from a text message. The coroner said he had respiratory failure. He had died of a pulmonary edema. When I started doing a little bit of research on pulmonary edema and I started seeing the things that could cause it, then I knew for sure it was her. I believe that she killed him with hemlock laced in his joint that causes complete respiratory failure, and it's exactly what killed my son. Found out that she contacted the insurance company the very day he died. Fawn got a very large amount of money from the insurance company, and she also got my son's retirement account. That was close to $100,000, plus everything he owned. There's just no doubt. She did it. He was murdered, and there's no one else that would have any motive, opportunity, and the hate and as crazy as she has become. I truly believe that Fawn killed my son.
Okay, Lori, first, let me say I'm very sorry for your loss, of course. As a parent, I can't imagine.
Thank you.
We're not supposed to bury our children, right?
Correct.
But you say that he was murdered.
Oh, yes.
And then second, that it was her, that there was nobody else that would do this.
Right.
You said you started looking up on the internet and you knew for sure she had done it, no doubt. Those were your words.
Exactly.
No doubt she had murdered him.
She has so many reasons, so much motive, and she was there hours before he died. In just a few weeks from that day he died, she would have been divorced with nothing. She walked away with everything and $100,000.
You're saying motive was money.
Money, and she was scorned. My son had already started moving on, started seeing other people, and he was looking forward to getting divorced.
Okay, now, how old was your son?
He was 36.
Okay, so for a 36-year-old to just all of a sudden be dead, of course, is illogical. You don't expect that to happen at 36.
Yeah.
He certainly looked healthy.
He was extremely healthy.
He wasn't overweight. He looks very fit. He was very active from what I understand.
Yes.
Now, you also insist that Fawn is into Wicca.
She plays in that stuff. I do not believe that she is a true Wiccan because they don't do evil. But she thinks that she's a witch, and she thinks that she's a spiritual. She can see the ghost, and she reads tarot cards. And
okay. And so people that don't know, Wicca is a religion that is characterized by the belief of the existence in magical powers in nature. And
yes.
They talk about covens. They talk about casting the circle, which may involve the invocation of the guardians. There's often a knife used in the ritual that's called an athame. I don't know that I'm pronouncing it right. A wand, a pinnacle, a chalice. It sounds pretty unusual from what most of us are used to. And you say that they use a lot of herbs and a lot of things from nature.
Yes.
And so therefore, because we hear hemlock, we think Shakespeare, right? But you're saying she used hemlock. Where would she get hemlock?
It grows everywhere back home. You just walk out your back door and go just a little piece. And the thing about hemlock is it looks just like wild carrot unless you really know the difference. It's extremely toxic.
Okay, now you Googled hemlock and you found people poisoned with hemlock die with a smile on their face, it says.
That's what I've read.
And
my son had a smile on his face. He looked so peaceful. And he was like smiling like he died in a good dream.
Yeah. So if I'm piecing this together right then, you say, all right, they're estranged, they're having trouble.
Yes.
They're a couple of weeks from a divorce, which if happens, she gets nothing financially.
Right.
She was scorned because he was moving on and she didn't want to. She brings him dinner and a joint. He smokes it, sends her a text back, right?
Yes.
He sends a text back that says, thanks for the buzz and dinner.
Yes.
So that's how you know he got it.
Yes.
And Used it. So at least they were civil.
At that moment.
At that moment.
Yeah.
Okay, but then you read a headline in the newspaper, right?
Yes.
And the headline stated Hemlock was taking over pastures in their area.
Yes.
And is that what linked it up for you?
No, I already knew that it was Hemlock before this. This, I think, maybe opened the coroner's eyes because he kept telling me that Hemlock didn't grow around here and Hemlock was not poisonous.
Okay, but now you know she has access to it for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so if all of this is so clear, then why is she not under arrest?
Dr. Phil, I want justice for my son. I know that she killed him. I know it in my heart. But the police did not investigate it. The coroner has lied to us time after time, and they did not do any poisons test on him at all.
Well, the death certificate and the autopsy report lists the cause of death as pulmonary edema and congestion due to a asphyxial event.
Yes.
Okay, so they do have a cause of death.
Yes, but the method of why he got pulmonary edema is unknown. They don't know why it happened.
And you do?
I do.
All right, well, next, Fawn is actually here. And she says she did not poison her husband, and she is ready to face her mother-in-law and set the record straight. We'll talk to her when we come back.
In the 8 years we were together, I never had a crossword with anyone in his family. And then as soon as he was gone, it was my fault that he died. I did not kill my husband. It's not like overnight I turned into some crazy killer.
And later,
You got on his Facebook and changed his marital status from divorced to married.
When I got tired of all those girls talking about him like he belonged to them because he was my husband.
Did you threaten to kill him? I think Fawn is crazy. My son called the police on her at least 2 times, the last time. They got into it, violence from her to him. She started screaming, "I'm going to kill you, I'm going to kill you."
Well, that was Lori, who claims her daughter-in-law, Fawn, poisoned her son, Aaron, with the poisonous plant hemlock. Lori says that Fawn did it to get her hands on his insurance money. She also accuses Fawn of dressing her son in the ugliest clown outfit for his own funeral. Let's hear what her daughter-in-law has to say about these allegations.
I did not kill my husband. When I found out that Aaron had passed, I was at work. His son called me totally hysterical. He said, "You got to come home now." And he met me in the driveway. It was like, he's dead. And I went running in the house, and the police stopped me at the door, and they said, "You can't come in." And I said, "Why not?" And they're like, "Well, we don't know what's happened yet." When they finally let us go in the house, and I remember as soon as I saw him, I just hit the floor. Pain doesn't even describe it. I never imagined that anything could hurt that much. And we all lost an amazing, amazing man. I actually look at these pictures a lot. I miss him every day. And on top of the hurt of losing my husband, the hurt of being accused of killing his whole family, just started totally trashing me and saying that I killed my husband. I don't know why they think I poisoned him. What angers me the most is just the way they've treated me. In the 8 years we were together, I never had a crossword with anyone in his family. And then as soon as he was gone, it was like they all just decided that they hated me, and it was my fault that he died. On that day, the same day he passed, his mom was posting things about me on Facebook. "We're gonna find out what she did to you, and justice will be served." I was like, really? I thought they were family. After everything that they've said about me and the things that they've accused me of, they'll never be family again. I think they need to remember that I'm the same person that was part of their family for 8 years. It's not like overnight I turned into some crazy killer.
Fawn, I'm glad you're here, and again, I'm sorry for your loss. I know this is a terrible loss to you as well. You've been listening to the show so far. You know that she is accusing you straight out of murdering her son, your husband, doing it for money and revenge. And what were you saying to her during the tape piece? Something offended you in that tape piece.
Yes. She said that She did nothing to us to deserve the way that we've treated her. But yet, on the day my son died, did you not have the police throw us off of his property and say it's all mine now?
Our property? Because you were trying to make me leave my house?
Was not your house. Did not.
It was our house. You thought as soon as he was gone, you were going to get your hands on everything.
I didn't want anything except the personal items. You're the one who contacted the insurance company the day he died.
Did you order him off of the property?
Yes, I had to have the police come make them leave because they wanted me to leave
and
my own house.
You didn't live there. And did you not have them take the clothes out of my hands that I was going to bury him in? That was my right, not yours.
No, it was mine.
No, it wasn't.
His son picked out the clothes, if you recall.
His son was so distraught, he was not capable of picking out. That's why I didn't overrule you, even though I had a court order.
We dressed him in his favorite clothes, and that's what he would have wanted.
He loved to look sharp. He did not look sharp.
He looked like himself.
No, he didn't. He looked like a clown. The jeans were holy. You put him in Batman underwear.
We're not talking about underwear here. We're talking about whether or not you sit here before her as a murderer. Did you murder your husband?
No.
If you didn't, why didn't you try to find out what happened to him?
They did find out what happened to him.
What?
Pulmonary edema and congestion, which is congestive heart failure.
He does not congestive heart failure.
People die of heart failure and congestion.
He didn't die of heart failure. That's a rumor you started.
Is that not what it says on the autopsy?
No, it does not say it.
Well, we have the autopsy report. We looked at it. We've already seen it. We also have the report. And you're saying, okay, I get the anatomics of it. What I don't get is the cause.
Right.
What caused this to happen?
Right.
What triggered this to happen? And you're saying it's her lacing marijuana with a poison that caused him to die.
That she gave him hours before
there was
his
an addendum
death.
to Aaron's autopsy report.
You didn't smoke it.
Were you there?
There was addendum to the toxicology report, to the autopsy report after toxicology screening. It says the review of laboratory data reveals blood positive for phenamine. Urine toxicology screen is positive for THC. The cause of death is not found in the laboratory findings. The autopsy examination reveals significant pulmonary edema and cardiac enlargement with left ventricle hypertrophy and dilation. Pulmonary edema and congestion of cardiac origin would suggest acute or chronic heart failure. Acute heart failure in a patient with cardiac enlargement can occur and can be made worse by a CNS stimulant drug such as phentermine, which can raise blood pressure and heart rate. The cause of death is listed as pulmonary edema and congestion due to asphyxia event. So they're saying what they point to is that he was taking this phentermine and that can trigger this. There was no mention of any poison.
They didn't run any poison test.
Lori's other son, Sam, is here, and he says that Fawn does not act like a grieving widow at all. We'll hear from him next.
One night, Fawn threatened to kill my brother right in front of his son. 2 weeks later, he was dead. Throughout this whole process, I'd never seen Fawn act like a grieving widow. She walked away with everything.
And later,
his actual life insurance policy through work was changed to Lori's name exactly 30 days before he died.
See, I didn't even know my name was on it at all. I knew AJ.
So who got the insurance money?
They got the life insurance.
And she got the mortgage insurance and my son's retirement.
But you didn't tell me that you got the insurance money.
I have nothing to hide. Nothing. I had nothing to do with killing my husband. It's crazy. I think Lori has some major issues. For some reason, she just decided to aim her craziness at me for a little bit.
Well, that was Fawn, whose husband Aaron was found dead on his couch a year and a half ago. His mother, Lori, insists Fawn poisoned Aaron to death with hemlock, which Fawn denies. Now, Lori's other son, Sam, says he found it really strange that Fawn blurted out, "I didn't kill him," at the funeral, and believes she knows more about his brother's death than she lets on.
I believe Fawn could have had a hand in my brother's death. In the months leading up to my brother's death, Fawn was very jealous and violent. Even one night, Fawn threatened to kill my brother right in front of his son. 2 weeks later, he was dead. So it raises questions. Throughout this whole process, I've never seen Fawn act like a grieving widow. Weeks later, after he's dead, she's got a new boyfriend and a new house. She walked away with everything. She went from having nothing to having everything and having control over it. All we want to do is mourn and do it correctly. And we were unable to because of all the tug of war, because of all the complications, the lies, everything that was put in place since his death. We were all robbed, especially my mother. I miss my brother. I miss him very much.
Sam, thanks for joining us here. Do you join in your mother's thought and belief that this woman murdered?
I see that there's a lot of reasons to believe so, yes. I mean, just the fact that...
But that's a very serious allegation to be making against someone. When you make that kind of allegation, you better have some serious backup for it, or she has the right...
We have some serious backup.
Show it to... What is it?
We have...
Because I'm not seeing it. I don't see it. I understand that you're hurt. I do. For all three of you, I hate that you've lost this, and I can't imagine a parent's pain losing a child. But what you're telling me is it makes sense because she needed him dead before the divorce to get some money, and she brought him some marijuana before he died.
Yes, and the police did not investigate anything. The coroner has lied.
Wait a minute. You can't make blanket statements like that if you expect to be listened to in a credible way. You said the police didn't investigate anything. That is just simply not true. Did they come over there?
They came over there.
Did they take the body from the scene? Did they cause an autopsy to be conducted? Did they then do a follow-up addendum to the report with the toxicology? So don't say there was no investigation here.
Well, that's all the investigation that was done.
Well, okay.
They didn't take his computer. They didn't treat the scene as a possible crime scene. They let anybody and everybody go in. They let her spend the night in the house. We got motive and we've got opportunity. Why won't they run the test? Why won't they run the poison test?
Well, here's a response from the county attorney for Perry County, Indiana, regarding Aaron's death. He said, "It is my understanding that this matter has been investigated by and discussed among the coroner, sheriff, and the prosecutor. There was no evidence that a crime has been committed. The coroner does not believe there is evidence to have further testing done."
Yeah. Now, my reply to him was, how can you say it was investigated? They didn't take anything out of his house. They took his cell phone. Why take his cell phone and nothing else? They did not look around his house for anything.
They took lots of things out of the house.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
What else?
Why did it take them hours to let us come in the house, Lori, if they weren't going through the house and treating it like a possible crime scene?
You got on his Facebook and changed his marital status from divorced to married.
I changed it to divorced when I found out he was cheating on me, and I changed it back to married way later when I got tired of all those girls talking about him like he belonged to them because he was my husband.
You filed for divorce, did you?
Yes,
Okay.
Yes, I did.
Then you said goodbye to him. Did you threaten to kill him?
No, I did not.
You did too.
Oh, how do you know, Lori? Were you there?
Oh, you think his son lied to me? Do you think that his
Did you threaten to kill him?
No.
In anger. I mean,
No.
people say things in anger. You threatened to kill him.
No.
You shot up a picture.
Straight out lie.
I did shoot the picture.
Lori is convinced that Fawn's motive for killing her son was money. So was Aaron really worth more dead to Fawn than he was alive? Well, we'll look at that motive when we come back. Plus, we examined Aaron's computer hard drive, and we're going to tell you what our expert found.
I truly believe my son was poisoned by his estranged wife. I want someone to be accountable for my son's death. I feel so helpless, and that's what makes me angry.
And later, hemlock can be poisonous, correct?
Yes.
And it can be fatal.
Yes.
Can it be fatal if you smoke it in a cigarette or a marijuana cigarette?
In In the days prior to Aaron's death, they went to court and it was decided that Fawn was going to get nothing. When I started finding out about all the insurance, she's out partying 2 weeks after he died. Moving a boyfriend in, they walked away with almost $100,000. She took the money and bought another house. It added up to motive. She had more motive than most murderers.
Lori claims her daughter-in-law, Fawn, is a witch, and that she is a witch who used her knowledge of herbs to create a lethal mixture of marijuana and the poisonous plant hemlock, and then gave Aaron a marijuana cigarette laced with the fatal concoction. Now, Fawn says her mother-in-law's claims are beyond ridiculous, and Aaron died of pulmonary edema and congestion in the lungs, not poisoning. So I want to be clear here. You didn't threaten to kill him.
No.
Because they say you did. I don't know how they know that. They say that they heard it.
My grandson, who was there,
And your grandson is how
and my son
old?
told me this.
Your grandson is how old?
He was 16 just a few days after he found his
Right.
father.
And your son also told you?
Yes, he also told me.
There was a restraining order filed too.
Right.
And for that to happen, you've got to have some sort of, reason or...
Right. Why was there a restraining order against you?
Well, it had nothing to do with that incident.
Well, I'm asking.
And
what-
it was a protective order, not a restraining order.
Okay.
And it was after I filed for divorce. He told me later that his attorney suggested that he get the protective order against me just to to get me away from the house.
Well, you had a volatile relationship.
In
Right.
the end, it was, yeah,
Both of you would get very animated.
yeah,
Things would be thrown. You shot up a picture with a gun.
I did.
Didn't you call him up while he was at a bike rally and tell him you were just shooting up his house?
No, I sent him the video, actually.
Okay, same thing. You let him know what you were doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Not like it was a secret. I don't lie. I don't keep secrets. I let him know straight up what I was doing.
Well, how soon after Aaron's passing did you collect his insurance money?
The money that I got was taken out. It was a policy that we took out against our mortgage when we moved into the house. We paid $28.29 a month. So if he would lose a limb or have a stroke or a heart attack or something like that and couldn't work anymore, it would pay off so much against the mortgage. And that's what I got. His actual life insurance policy through work was changed to Lori's name exactly 30 days before he died.
See, I didn't even know my name was on it at all. I knew
Okay, so
AJ
who got the insurance money? That
They
insurance
got the
money.
life insurance.
And she got the mortgage insurance and my son's retirement.
But you didn't
Because
tell
I
me
was
that you
his
got
wife.
the insurance money.
I didn't get it. It's in my grandson's name and
Well, it
his...
didn't go to her. You said that she got insurance money and his retirement
Yeah,
account.
which she did. The insurance...
But that's not true. She got mortgage insurance and you got the insurance.
That's what it's called, but it is still life insurance. It doesn't go to the bank, it goes to her.
But you got the money
I
from
didn't
the
get
insurance
nothing.
company.
And that
Well,
made you mad because you expected my house to be paid off and you were going to take it away from me. And when it didn't happen, it really pissed you off, didn't it?
I
Why would
didn't
she
want the house.
She had no reason to have the house.
yeah, but
you and his
how does
mother.
all of this add up to someone being a murderer? That is a serious accusation.
When you seriously threaten to kill somebody and they end up dying, you got to pay attention to that. No matter whether she did or did not, you have to pay attention to that. And there's reasons to believe that. There's the motive is there. The fact that she wanted to get something out of it. She felt scorned because she was losing her husband.
Okay,
So
and you've
it's
decided
only-
that the way she did it was poisoning.
Hemlock causes respiratory failure. Hemlock can cause it, especially if it is smoked, within minutes.
I don't think that's exactly right. I know what you read in the paper.
No, I
and
didn't read that in the paper.
And if it was on the internet, I'm sure it's true. I mean, you got to really, this is a serious accusation
Yes, it
here. Is there any validity to Lori's claim that her daughter-in-law poisoned her son with hemlock? Well, we brought in a medical toxicologist to get some answers, because I certainly don't know, and I don't pretend to know, but I do know people who do know, and we're going to talk to them when we come back and find out if smoking marijuana laced with hemlock could cause this death in the manner that it took place. We'll discuss that after the break.
The day he died, Fawn got to spend the night in the house. If my son smoked a joint, there should have been some pot evidence in that house, and there wasn't. His computer, because she had been living in the house till about a month prior to this, did she do any searching for poisons and how to kill or anything like that?
I don't know why Aaron's family turned on me the way they did before he passed. They weren't mad at me. I wasn't mad at them. I don't understand why they just all of a sudden decided that they hate me and this is all my fault. I'd like to quit having fingers pointed at me.
Dr. Cyrus Rangan is a medical toxicologist with California Poison Control, and he took a look at Aaron's autopsy report and toxicology screening results. Doctor, first off, thank you for being here because you bring some serious light that I think Lori would want to hear about this. First off, let me ask you, hemlock can be poisonous, correct?
It can be, yes.
And it can be fatal?
Yes.
Correct? Can it be fatal if you smoke it in a cigarette or a marijuana cigarette?
Well, Dr. Fell, I'd say that's a pretty unusual hypothesis. When you look at the case reports that have occurred with hemlock deaths, they primarily are cases of ingestion, where people are perhaps foraging for wild carrots or wild parsnips and they mistake the hemlock for one of those kinds of root vegetables, and then they eat a significant amount of it, and then they get the severe symptoms and potentially die from it. When you look back at records of poison control data over the last 10 to 15 years, there really haven't been many reports of deaths from hemlock, even with the ingestions. Some hospitalizations,
Are
yes,
there any reports anywhere of people dying from smoking hemlock?
Not from smoking, no. When I look at this particular coroner's report, all I have is the pulmonary edema, the pulmonary congestion, and for me, that's not enough to go on for me to say I should be looking for hemlock in this person. So we have those findings there, and yes, it may not be entirely clear what exactly caused them, but hemlock is something that I would put very, very low on the list, and certainly smoking hemlock even lower.
So what would cause this? We have a 36-year-old man that appears to be healthy. He's active, healthy.
Yes, extremely healthy.
Vigorous, right?
Yes.
So what would be a likely cause of this kind of disorder?
Well, I think based on what you can see in this coroner's report, I think there are still some open-ended questions. But when you look at the pulmonary edema, the pulmonary congestion, the fact that he was also on phentermine, which is also a drug that can affect the heart as well, when you put those things together, I would say those issues have a little bit more of a contributory weight to why this person died, as opposed to a bit more of a shot in the dark like hemlock.
And you don't see anything that pushes you towards hemlock?
That's right.
But now, if you knew, okay, arsenic, cyanide, whatever, if you knew that this person had a restraining order against somebody and was dropped just a few days prior to his death, and that this person had threatened to kill him, this person had shot up stuff, had harassed a woman that Aaron had been seeing, and that if the divorce had went final and she would have got nothing, would you then think to look for something else just to cover all bases?
Well, you know, we actually asked that question, and we got a statement from the Perry County Sheriff, Lee Chestnut. He said, quote, "An autopsy was completed and toxicology was requested. Those reports did not show any signs of foul play. However, the family adamantly believes Aaron was murdered by poisoning. At this point, there is nothing to confirm those beliefs. This office would pursue any criminal charges on this matter if there were any evidentiary material on which to base the investigation." I said we had our computer expert look at this hard drive. We'll tell you what was on that hard drive whenever we come back. We had a private investigator check it out. After the break, I'll tell you what he says.
I want to find justice for my son. He died, and I know that there's so many suspicious things that have happened before he died and since he died. I believe my son was murdered, and I will never give up looking to get my son justice.
Fawn says her husband died of pulmonary edema and congestion by asphyxial event about 1.5 years ago. But her mother-in-law, Lori, believes that what she's saying about this is all a lie, that she is denying that she threatened his life, that threatened to kill him, that she had every motive that you can imagine. We had our investigator, Doug Kane, take a look at the hard drive. They have their IT people that can get into a hard drive and see things we don't see. Now, Lori sent what she claims is her son's computer hard drive to us so the producers could do the search of the history, get it retrieved and examined. Well, private investigator Doug Kane examined the drive, and here's what he found. He said there was a search thread started on yahoo.com for, quote, Flower, Indiana Brown, and then moved on to Carolina Allspice, which led to information about the poisonous properties of Carolina Allspice plant. Now, from that search, browsing then moved to a different subject, shopping. Now, the initial thread appears to have been initiated by the discovery of an unknown flower or bush, possibly at the owner's property, that escalated to searches for the poisonous plant Carolina Allspice.
It turned out to be sweet shrub.
No other relevant hits were found in the remaining browser files. Now, just as a note, certain parts of the Carolina Allspice shrub can be poisonous if ingested in really high concentration, and don't confuse that with allspice that you can get at the spice store or whatever, because it's a very different thing. And Carolina Allspice is different from hemlock. But did you do that search?
Yes. It was a bush that grew right at the end of our driveway that had the strangest little brown-looking flowers on it. And I had taken pieces of this plant to everybody I knew, trying to figure out what it was. And that's what I was doing, searching for that. And I actually found out what it was from a woman that I was taking care of, doing home health care. She was 102 years old. And she told me that she remembered that plant from when she was a child, and it was called sweet shrub.
Sweet shrub.
Yeah.
Well, then the computer, you searched little brown flower, Indiana, and it came up Carolina Allspice is what came up. So that's what was on the computer.
Except that she had moved out, and did she do any searches anyplace else? She had been out of the house for a while. But my point was that...
No, wait a minute. In fairness, you didn't bring us any other computers. You brought us that one. You asked me to do the search. I got an IT specialist. We did the search. And it's significant what wasn't found as well as what was found. So at least give me credit.
Oh, I do. I appreciate this.
I looked it up.
This gives me a lot of answers. I thank you very much. But I need justice for my son.
I suspect there are other factors causing Lori to react the way she has about her son's death. We'll talk more about that when we come
Guilt.
There's just simply not evidence here that your son was poisoned. Now, you may have questions that you need answers to, but I'm not trying to be unkind to you here. I know that you've suffered a terrible loss, but I just see no basis whatsoever for concluding that this woman poisoned your son. I'm sorry. It's just from an objective standpoint, somebody that's not emotionally invested in it, I just simply don't see it. Doctor, I don't think you see it either. I don't think, as an expert brought to trial, you would be a terrible prosecution expert in this, because you'd have to say, I don't think so.
Okay.
We just have a few seconds. Final comment. Go ahead.
I would like to find out why the coroner at Perry County did not run any tests for poisons after he told me he did. And he keeps asking us, have you hired a private investigator? You need to drop this. All I wanted, I've searched for 18 months to get the right to have my son's samples tested so I can put this to bed. Either he was murdered or he died of natural causes, but I need to know which.
Okay, well, now, if he told you that he did and didn't, you'll have to ask him about that. I don't know. But I can tell you that the indications that I'm hearing from prosecutors and the sheriff and the pathologist is that there's just no basis for running tests to look for that. They're also not looking for cosmic dust. They're just saying there's just no basis for it. And I'm telling you, I have to agree with that. You may think she was a crummy wife. You may think she was insensitive. You may think that she didn't act the way you would act if you lost your husband in this way. That may all be true. That may all be true. But that doesn't mean that she murdered your son. It doesn't mean she poisoned it with hemlock. I'm just telling you, that's my point. And we have to stop. We're out of time. I do want to thank my guest today. A special thanks to Cyrus Rangan and private investigator Doug Kane. Doctor, thank you so much. And Doug Kane, thank you so much. And I want to thank our team at Doctors on Demand that help us with some of our guests on the shows in trying to figure out different things of a medical nature. And if you want to have a doctor on demand, then you can go to Google Plays or the App Store and download the Doctor on Demand app, and you can have a doctor face-to-face on your smartphone in a matter of seconds to answer your questions, fill your prescriptions, whatever you might need. Go to drphil.com. We want to hear what you think about this story, and we'll see you next time. Thanks so much. I wish you the best with this. I think you've already been up the long trip.